Everybody, we are back. It is Taped Online's favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course pandasups.com TDL for 35% off. So we got a Raiders win. Right, we talked about this before, Matt. Are the Raiders mediocre or are they bad? So I don't know how you feel about after that win, but they beat the Packers. We thought after watching the preview, we were like, man, they don't beat this team.
I'll comfortably say mediocre.
Okay, yeah, they're mediocre at this point, right? Which I don't know if that's a Caleb Williams look, because I mean they beat this team. I mean, because obviously on offense, like I said, this team was just not consistent on offense. On film, it was kind of just up and down, and some of those type of things. So going into this game, I really expected them to stop them, right? And they did. I thought they did a great job of stopping those guys. I mean, especially like that one in the goal line one as well. That was a huge stop. After that big play by Christian Watson, so shout out to Marcus Peters with his horse collar there.
Horse collar tackle, a little veteran play there.
Yeah. So I mean, it ended up being a good look there. I mean, and they ended up getting a stop and only holding the 3. It could have been worse, right? It could have been 17-10. It's a totally different game. They only need 3 points, and Jordan Love's not throwing up a prayer at the end of the game. So, but overall, I don't know. This team is just, they can't score any points. So it's kind of like,
yeah. The defense is really encouraging, though. I mean, I mean, to hold the team to 13 points. I mean, regardless of what they've been doing in the past, like defense is playing pretty damn well. Like they're just carrying the offense, which is the exact opposite of what we thought was going to happen this year. So, I mean, 3 turnovers today was huge. Meek Robertson, like you said, coming up with the pick at the end. Blaine getting 2 gifts, but hey, we'll take them. I mean, Marcus Peters, not only that, but he had the big pass breakup too to get Spillane one of those 2 picks. I mean, that guy certainly had his plays that were frustrating, and a few of his tackling woes showed up, but guy showed up and made a couple nice plays in clutch time. And like we said, that vet move to get the horse collar tackle, that was the big difference in the game. The game was decided by 4 points, and that would have been those 4 extra ones had the Packers score on that play. So huge night for Peters.
Yeah, huge night
for Crosby.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it was Crosby's night. I mean, Crosby just kind of, he like we showed the game. I mean, Crosby's just as good as Aiden Hutchinson. So I was like, they couldn't block Aiden Hutchinson. They're not gonna be able to block Matt Crosby. So, I thought they got some good interior pressure today too. I saw that a little. I think Adam Butler is starting to get better a little bit. You kind of see him getting some more work. Malcolm Koonce, I think he got hurt, but he was getting good pressure before that. Hopefully he's okay, because they're going to need him, especially, I don't know about next week, because next week is going to be a weird game, because I just don't feel good about it, because they should win that game. Like, and it's the Patriots. I don't feel good about that game.
They should have won last year.
Yeah, they should have won last year, but the Patriots look so bad right now that it just looks like, one of those games that they should win. So, but back to the Packers, I thought on defense, getting the pressure, that was a big deal. Jordan Love, like talk about in the film, like he kind of just doesn't care about pressure. I think Troy Aikman talked about that a little bit. He kind of just doesn't. He's just oblivious to it. So it's like you can get some pressure on him, and I think they were able to do that and force him to make some bad decisions, because he did. He made some terrible decisions today. He did awful.
Yeah.
And we talked about the tips and overthrows. We got some tips today. Tips. We got an underthrow. Couple underthrows. So
I mean,
he mixed it up.
There was a lot of there were overthrows or left and right. Like if you're a Packers fan and watching that game with Jordan Love, like you're not exactly excited to see what from what you've seen. Like that was pretty tough showing for
No, he's just inaccurate, man. I think that's down to down. You know what I mean? He had some good throws, like you can see, because he has great arm talent. But it's just down to down. I think he gets a little lazy with his mechanics. You don't want to throw sidearm. You don't want to do that. You get lazy, bro. You got to make sure your mechanics are right. But defensively, like I said, the secondary, still up and down. I think they had some stupid mistakes. I don't know if that was on Epps or Robertson. I have to watch that on film, trying to see which one it is, because I mean, if it's Robertson, right? I mean, I don't know. I really feel like Epps. I don't know why he's.
Judging it on what they showed, it looked like it was on Epps. Like it looked like there was no reason for Epps to come downhill. Like there was nothing that like he was like passing off or like needed to nail the crosser, and he just came downhill and was wide open.
Yeah, I thought it was quarters. I mean, it looked like it was quarters, right? I mean,
I thought it was cover 3, but I don't. Again, we'll see.
If it's cover 3, it's worse. That's worse, man. If it's cover 3,
that's why I was thinking it was on him. But yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm off on that. But yeah, it looked to me from what I saw, it looked like it was on Apps in the preliminary.
Okay. Yeah. So, I thought, overall the secondary did pretty well. Marcus Peters, he's going to get picked on a little bit, but then he made a couple nice plays out there. I don't know. Who's the other corner today?
Robertson.
Oh, he was outside corner?
Yeah, he was outside. And Tyler Hall started on the inside.
I thought he was playing inside.
No.
I thought he was playing inside, man. I just assumed that, I guess. That's why Tyler Hall was in there a little bit. But Meek did pretty good out there, man. I mean, he did pretty good working it out, making it happen, and he got the interception. I think he's a tough guy, dude. But sometimes he messes up, but he's so tough and he makes some plays. I think that's why it's weird because Nate Hobbs gonna come back. Maybe they keep him outside if they feel like he can play there, especially with Corey Bennett coming out there. And maybe he earned a shot after a pretty damn good game. But yeah, it's the defense, really. So with the offense, which is, what I got to watch on film. You're going to have a better film week than me. Matt, I got to watch Jimmy Garoppolo miss wide open guys. So we're going to watch that. I mean, he was getting panicking out there a little bit, getting Mr. Panicky, trying to mess things up. I don't know what he's doing out there sometimes. That interception almost gave the Packers, got them right back in the game, and then they took the lead, but they had a good drive after that. The Raiders just have no explosive plays, so that's why you can't score points. And if you don't do that, you don't score points in the NFL if you don't have explosive plays. So you have to have explosive plays to do that. If you don't, then you're going to be struggling, just like they are in offense, and score points. Because if you try to do the 8-minute drive, 8-minute drive, 8-minute drive, 8-minute drive, that ain't gonna work in the NFL, man. It's not gonna work.
And it's like just watching them. Like teams are like part of the reason why when you have an offensive line who's not great at run blocking, and a team doesn't respect your ability to throw deep, like there's 10 people in the box every single time. Like Kingsley, like Bar, whatever, had that easy tackle for loss where no one even blocked them. Like they're outmanned. Like they don't have the numbers advantage because no one is respecting the deep ball right now, and no one is. And people are just saying Jimmy Garoppolo beat us, and again, he's not. He's checking it down and completing 70% of his passes for 208 yards. Like,
yeah, man. And they didn't get Adams involved today. They tried to get Michael Mayer involved a little bit with that, but they didn't get him involved too much. They early on. I mean, but
2 catches later for 40 yards. We'll take it.
He's still not
baby steps.
He's still the starting set in though. I kind of want him to take that spot when they're in 11 personnel. I feel like he should be out there. They're kind of, not really keeping him the blocking guy. Like he's the 12 personnel guy. That's what you are, and I really feel like that's not what he should be at this point. Because what is Austin Hooper really offering on third down at this point? What is he offering? What is he doing? I mean. He doesn't run.
I was gonna say I can't remember the play specifically, but I felt like I noticed Mayer have at least one decent block out there, and I mean we've been seeing him. He's getting better. He's growing as a blocker. I mean it's not like Austin Hooper's out there, physically dominating people or anything like that. Like you said, like let the rookie play, man. Give him more opportunities. But I did like seeing them at least design a couple plays and starting off the game, designing a play to him. That was awesome to see. A little play action with him leaking out on the split zone action. So I was encouraged with what I saw from how they got Michael Mayer involved, but yeah, you are right. Like he does need to get more looks and just be on the field more often.
Yeah, and I believe that too. I mean, he's got to get on the field more often, get more looks. They need to get him out there on 11 personnel because he's a good route runner, and I think he can get open. I mean, he's a better route runner than Austin Hooper, and I think he's a better pass catcher than Austin Hooper. So he needs to be out there when they are in 11 personnel because he's not, and that's kind of bothers me a little bit. But we saw him play a little better. I thought Jacobs looked really good today. I don't know how many yards he had. I didn't even look. Let me see how many yards.
69, nice.
We're at 3.5 yards per carry, guys. We're moving up. Moving up from 2.9. We're at 3.5.
There you go.
But he looks good.
We're going in the right direction. We're going north. That's all that matters.
He looks good. Like I keep feeling like he's gonna have a game where he's just gonna look superhuman again because we saw some of those elements, some of the moves he was making. I think he's starting not to trust the line though. So because I saw him bounce when he shouldn't bounce, and there's a couple instances where that was happening. But you can't bounce on power. But that's why I say run outside zone with him so he can bounce if he wants to because he likes to bounce. But he looks better. But the offensive line is they're just awful.
I was gonna say to counter. I mean, he also had more people in his face when he's touching the ball, so I would be bouncing it too.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's the thing. Like, he averaged 3.5 a carry, and he probably had 5 negative runs.
Yeah,
because he literally got the ball and someone was hitting him in his face. Like that almost makes the 3.5 per carry even that more impressive.
yeah, because my thing is there's something with Jimmy's cadence too. I saw somebody talk about BD. BD actually texted me. Yeah, he actually texted me about something like that. Said that Jimmy's giving away on rundowns. Like, so there's something that he's doing. I feel like I'm going to deep dive into that. I'm trying to figure out what's happening, that these teams are just teeing off when the Raiders have to run the ball. So, like, is there some kind of tell that he's doing when he runs and he passes? Like, he has some kind of look. Is it just because they're under center? But like Kenny Clark was jumping, like, so you see how Kenny Clark was jumping on snaps.
They caught him on the
run once, but one time he just ran through. One time he just ran through there.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, it felt like the ones that, like, I saw your tweet, and then, like, it felt like a couple plays later, like, they actually caught him with it, like, maybe changed it up a little, changed up the snap count and caught him trying to jump it. But yeah, like, that also speaks to there's something going on where, like, they're either timing up his cadence or he's got some sort of tell where they're just teeing off on him. Because, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, man. It seems like they're just teeing off on some of his snap counts. I don't know, like maybe he just goes up there. He just like, I don't know. There's something about his voice, man. They got to work on that because I think they got to mix it up when teams are just crashing on them, man. There's something about that, man. They're just hitting those holes. I mean, Kenny Clark was kind of giving it away to me because he got caught up once, but the first time he jumped it, and there's a couple times out there, that they're doing that too. And then, of course, Andre James, he has those slow ass snaps. So, I can't cuss too much though. My live got flagged because I guess I said too much cuss words. So, but I don't know this. I don't know the last one, that what I did on Friday with the Q&A. I don't know what I said, but I said something that YouTube didn't like. But that's what I was saying. I mean, Andre James has a super slow snaps. Troy Aikman, I think it was Joe Buck pointed that out. I've been pointing that out for years, that he just has the slowest snaps I've seen from a center. I don't know what he does, but that has a lot to do with it too. And I think teams can tee off because the ball takes it's like, I don't know, it's like tossed back. It's not like snapped. It's not snapped. It's Garoppolo. It's tossed to him. So it tossed to him, right? And then by the time it's tossed to him, like there's already guys coming around the corner. So, when Carr's, I think it was first year as a starter. I mean, it was really bad for Carr in 2021. The team teeing off, and I think we're starting to see the same thing. I mean, it's crazy with that stuff, man. He's got to work on that, but it's too late. I mean, how long has he been in the center? Everything get better at this point,
Yeah. Also, I can't remember exactly what happened on the play, but I do remember him absolutely whiffing, and I think giving up the TFL too. I thought of you when I saw that.
Man, that center experiment just hasn't worked. Maybe he's had some decent moments, but it just hasn't worked, man. And I don't understand why he's still the center. And maybe Parham. I mean, Parham, he gave up one pressure. He gave up he got beat by Kenny Clark, but I really didn't hear about him rest after that. Van Roten. I don't know what the hell he was doing on that one. I guess you assume James is going to take the guy.
Yeah, I think he got crossed up because he acted like it was turn to center right. Like the center was turning to his side, and Andre James turned the other way. And then Van Roten went with the old box out butt block, and that led to one of the sacks for pressures. I'm like, yeah, I remember you saw that, and I looked at it and like, yeah, he definitely thought the center was on his side and he wasn't at all. So I don't know what the hell happened there. I would assume he's wrong. I'd assume the center would turn the right direction, but I mean, who the hell knows?
You never know. You never know with Andre James. He might have turned the wrong direction, man. Yeah. So I see someone talking about Parham. Yeah, Parham had a pretty good game, man. Overall, I mean, of course, he got beat by Kenny Clark. He was trying to reset his hands, which he should have just fought and tried to anchor. He tried to reset his hands and versus Kenny Clark, which is not smart while you're getting pushed back. It's just you're gonna keep getting pushed back if you try to do that. So he'll learn from that. But I don't know what else we got to talk about, man. We talk about the defense. I mean, it's 17-13, man. Really nothing really wasn't too exciting. I mean,
I was curious. Did Illuminor? I know he came back in the game towards when they were in that like goal line play or whatever. And they put Mumford at the extra tight end. Did he play other than that, or did he get straight get benched? Like, was he hurt or what?
I think he was hurt, but I don't know if they felt like Mumford could stay in there. Mumford got worked by Rashawn Gary one time, but I thought he played pretty good overall. Like I said, with Lyman at this point, like, when you watch it on the film, on the broadcast, as long as they ain't got their names heard, then maybe I can go review it later. But his name wasn't said a lot. So that's the main thing with that, is that his name wasn't said a lot. So that was a good look for him. But just like the wide receivers, like we're not really throwing to anybody. We're throwing it to like one guy a game. We're not mixing it up. There's not like a lot of different looks here. We're not getting more guys involved. I mean, it felt like that way on the first 15, but after that, it went back to we're throwing to two guys, and I think that's a little bit of problem of it too. I think they got to. I mean, you got to give Devontae the ball for sure. Get him his 12 targets, but if you're only throwing the ball 20 times, that's what makes it tough. So I mean, what they do it 31 times today?
Yeah, 31, 22, 31. So. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they like. It did seem like the Packers, just from what they were like talking about on the broadcast, it seemed like the Packers were like doubling him, like, or having safety cover over him, like pretty much every play. Like they basically set the game plan of someone else is going to beat us. This guy that we traded. Yeah, we got to make this trade look good. We're not about to let him beat us. And I mean, Jacoby Myers, to his credit, stepped up and had a good game. But yeah, it feels like. I mean, I think I know the answer, and I think I know the problem, and it's number 10 and not anyone else. But it feels like either someone else needs to step up in the receiver core, or something has to change where that more than one person is getting the ball all game, because you can't make this sustainable. This is similar to what happened last year, just with less targets for Devontae, and maybe it's Jacoby Myers on 1 week, which again, props to him for having a good game, but.
Yeah. I mean, Jacoby Myers had a good game. It's just the passing game is just nothing there, man. It's just not really. It's not explosive, so it's gonna be hard for them to win a lot of games, right? I mean, they should win next week, right? We hope we hope the other team doesn't have a quarterback right now. We hope they win that game. So So they should play well next week. I don't know if Bill Belichick's can think of some super duper like game plan or something to kind of stop them, because they should know this offense pretty well and what he likes to do. So it's we'll see next week. I'm really hoping they show up and they handle business. They should beat this damn team. But go ahead.
But let's say, before we get too deep into next week, can we talk about the 4-minute drive play calling for a second by Josh McDaniels? Like that series of 4 plays. He goes, they cross the 50. He runs a draw out of shotgun in a 4-minute drive. When everyone in the stadium knows you're running the ball, runs a draw, gets like nothing. Then calls a pass. Thank God they completed it. Thank God Jimmy checked down, found Jacobs on the check down. That gets 4 yards. Then on 3rd and 6, he calls another draw to Amir Abdullah, of all people. And not Josh Jacobs, your best running back on the field. They don't get it. And then he kicks a field goal that goes off the upright. He kicks a field goal to make a touchdown game a touchdown game.
Yeah, he tried to lose the game. Is that what you're trying to say, Matt? Yes, he did. He tried to lose it.
Like the play calling is awful. Like that. Like, what are you thinking? You're not taking the time out before the freaking first half on the punt. Like Jim McDaniels is lucky he won this game, because that was an abysmal showing by him.
Yeah,
in a win.
Maxx Crosby and the boys bailed him out. They did, because it's that picture of Mark Davis. Some people think he said what an asshole. I think he said we got to score there. We got to score. But just him being mad on TV like that, he's not happy. Because we don't talk about, right? I know. I mean, he's happy at home. He's happy at home with his.
Yeah, exactly. He's happy now.
He's happy. He went to Hooters first, though. That made him happy, and then he gets even more happy when he gets home. But yeah, man, Josh McDaniels he's a little figured out, right? We're in year 2, right? He doesn't have Tom Brady, who just makes him right, because he just does whatever he has. Jimmy Garoppolo's going to try to do what he wants to do, or where he wants to go with the football. So if Jimmy Garoppolo should see a running back get open, and he's not going to take it because he wants to throw a dig. He's going to throw a dig. But what happens with Jimmy Garoppolo in this offense is Jimmy Garoppolo, the first read isn't there, or it takes too long because sometimes in this offense it takes a while, and he just starts panicking and then starts running. Just like Troy Aikman tried to point out some play where he's supposed to. As soon as he hits his back foot, he lets it go. And I was thinking, like, Adams is about to be wide open, though, and he had a clean pocket, and he just had to sit there for a second.
I had the same thought. I'm like, yes, I understand that. I understand the timing's not there. However, there's no pass rush. The timing shouldn't matter that much. Like, just find the window and freaking hit it. You know what I mean? Like, Adams can do that when there's no pass rush and no one's getting pressure. Like, the ball's just like, you just got to have someone that's going to stay on the read, and that's what I think Derek Carr has a little bit bigger advantage over Jimmy Garoppolo. Is he was just willing to sit there and stare at Devontae all day and wait till he got open, and eventually that guy's going to get open because he's that damn good. But same exact thought. I'm like, I understand what Troy's trying to say, and I'm not saying he's wrong, but there was no pressure.
Yeah.
Like, sit back there and then wait for someone to get open. Wait for the best receiver in the NFL to get open because he's going to get open.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, man. I mean, you have to wait for those type of things. You have to stay in the pocket and stay strong, man. If you don't stay in the pocket and stay strong, then those type of things will happen. So, he's good. I don't like watching him. That's really what it is. I just don't like watching him. I'm not a fan of it. I never was. And now that I got to break him down and stuff, it gets annoying because it's more about like just stay strong in there, man. Like, nobody's around you. Like, because if he was like Jordan Love, Jordan Love's like the total opposite of it. Where like Jordan Love, like he probably would have hit Devontae Adams because he would have sat there. He's cool with sitting there. Pressure doesn't bother him. Getting hit doesn't bother him. He plays football, so he's not really worried about stuff like that, So I just get tired of watching him, to be honest. That's really
I mean, I think I was a little bit more optimistic with Jimmy Garoppolo than you were, and but I can say just from watching him with the Niners, he was not this slow at getting through his reads and this happy feet. He was never a guy that was going to stand in there and take one in the chops, consistently and still deliver and still throw dimes down the field. But he wasn't bailing out of the pocket with absolutely no one around him in 2.5 seconds. This is what we've seen from him. I don't know what it is, man. If this last injury got to him, but he, even on the check down I was talking about, he just panics. His first read's not there, and you can see the panic in his feet more than anything, where he just starts jumping, oh god, gotta get rid of the ball, and then shit like that happens. Shit or what we've been watching happen. No.
Yeah, man. I know, man. What we got? Let's get some questions here, man. Let's get some questions. Thoughts on Munford? Kind of talked about him a little bit. Kind of dive into the tape a little bit before I go too deep into him. I don't like judging offensive linemen off broadcast too much because it's hard. You get my watch the lineman, I watch the ball. It's just
the sack was rough. But we'll put it this way: for what we saw, that was not exactly what we were hoping for.
Yeah, it was not. That was not a great rep. Wasn't a good rep at all. What other questions he got here? The clock management was horrendous. Yeah, my dudes talk about Mark bringing an escort to the game. I mean,
more power to him, man. If you look like that and you can bring someone like that to the game, take that
money buys a lot of stuff. And what is 50 cents?
Hey,
go ahead. Go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say, what's the point of having FU money if you can't say FU? So
yeah, I know exactly.
Might as well, man. You got to play your strengths. Some guys are nice guys. Some guys are good looking. Others are just rich.
Yeah, man. You chase the money. You don't chase the women because the women come with the money. That's what 50 Cent said that. So it's 50 Cent proverb. Unit proverbs over there. All right. Somebody asked me about Kyler Murray 2024. I think Kyler Murray is going to go in that Cardinals offense. They're going to be excited. They're not going to trade Kyler Murray. They're not trading him. They look too good on offense.
His contract is it's not fair. It's very not favorable for them to get rid of him. I know there's a lot of talk about it, but yeah, he just signed a new one. I mean, fat deal. It's $45 a year, and there's a lot of dead cap on it. So,
can we please get some more zone running? I agree with this. I want some zone running so damn bad.
The only argument I'd have is what I was talking about on what was it? On I guess this morning show was Packers are a little bit better off running the gap schemes with them, but maybe it's no,
nothing's working, man. Nothing. I don't know what's gonna work. Nothing. I'm telling you, I 100% believe it has to do something with his cadence, man. There's something that is happening where he is like maybe doing a different cadence. Maybe he's pointing out something that he shouldn't be pointing out. Maybe he points out the mic a little bit more or something on a run play. There's something he's doing that I think, because Johnson's in there is a big tell too, and them having two tight ends in there is a huge tell. But I think there's something that he's doing too. It's just they're timing it too much. But and that's what happened in the last couple times he's playing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it could be as simple as like he breaks the huddle and looks a certain way, like looks at a certain person every time they run the ball. You know what I mean? Like I know that was one thing like that I was always taught. Like I had an issue like if we would break the huddle, I would always for whatever reason just naturally I'd like look at the person I was blocking at first. My coach had to point out to me like you have to scan the line or whatever. So it could be something as simple as that. Like he just gets up and like he tips it or whatever because of the way he looks.
Like maybe he looks more relaxed. Like maybe he looks more relaxed or something. Maybe he's like like I'm telling it's something because like when I went to the scouting academy, you went to the live classroom too. Dan talked about doing pro scouting. There's a guy watching every single damn thing you do. Like so, if you rub your towel, they're gonna be like before he passes, he rubs his towel. That's gonna be something they write down. And because he was talking about Andy Dalton, and I guess for every time Andy Dalton passed, he rubs his towel. So if you want to know why Andy Dalton wasn't very good after a while, he rubs his towel every time he passes, and that's maybe something that they do.
Maybe it's like the pitcher where he goes to his mouth every time he goes.
I don't know. He's doing something. I'm not just trying to. I think the run blocking too, but they're just going off too much. It's like there's no like they might pass the ball here. We're just gonna go, and then we don't play action or nothing off it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Did Trey Tucker get injured? I don't think. I just think they stopped playing him.
Yeah, the way they use him is weird. They like, it's like I feel like they've put like Trey Tucker in the first half, and then like Hunter Renfrow takes like the second half, or like the end of the second quarter to the second half.
He doesn't start, bro. Like he's not the starting slot guy right now. He's like the backup. He's like the fourth slot guy. Renfrow? They're definitely trading him. They're trading him, bro. I 100% believe that. There's no way that you do this to Hunter Renfrow. I don't know what he did.
They're gonna trade him for they're gonna trade him from Brian Burns, you think?
I mean,
that's the one thing I've seen floating around on Twitter. I mean, I would honestly I would like I know like the Athletic had like a report whatever they're looking for a pass rusher, but part of me is kind of like why? Like you have obviously you have Maxx Crosby, he's gonna be locked down. I mean, I guess it depends on how healthy Malcolm Kuntz is now. But, like, you have – like, every snap that Brian Burns takes is a snap that Tyree Wilson doesn't, unless you're going to put Tyree Wilson inside. And every snap that Tyree Wilson's out there, and same thing goes with Malcolm Kuntz. Like, why not just give the young guys the opportunity, especially since Brian Burns is going to be a free agent in the offseason anyway?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, can we win some? Like, can we at least get to 3-3 before we start thinking about trading for defensive ends that we're gonna have for a year? Like, I don't understand the point of that. If we're not gonna, we better be damn
also
good.
A valid point. Can they beat the Bears?
Yeah, can we at least get to 4-3
in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, can we get to 4? If we get to 4-3, then maybe you get to get some trades, maybe. But if you lose any of these games, because Justin Fields is playing better. These next two games.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that.
Yeah, Justin Fields is playing better. He's starting to get better, man.
He's starting to figure it out.
This next game makes me super nervous. This next game makes me super nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know what makes me nervous about this game? About this next game is the last time place I'd want to play Bill Belichick is after he's coming off two like back-to-back of his worst losses of his career. And that guy's pissed off.
Yeah,
what's up?
I'm pretty sure that I think he's taken it back a little bit last couple of years, but I'm sure after those two games, he's back to Bill.
Oh, dude, he's 24-hour days if he wasn't before. Oh yeah,
he's back.
He's in the lab right now. He's
yelling at guys.
TDL breaking down our games.
He's writing things on the board. He's pissed, bro. He's pissed, man. That's for sure. All right, man. About the 30-minute mark. So appreciate you guys coming and listening to Instant Reaction like you guys always do. We got 258 in here. I like that. I like that. So, of course, we'll get to the film as soon as possible. Hopefully, we'll get out the film review by Wednesday. It's gonna be a quick turnaround here, but we're gonna try to make it happen here, guys. We'll put the work in, and there's not too much to watch, really. I mean, like I said, there's more for Matt. Me, I'm just, kind of.
I'm gonna be honest. I know I've been holding off because I don't like doing Maxx Crosby because everyone does it and he always has a good game. But I think I'm gonna have to this one. I mean, 4 TFLs, he had a couple plays where he didn't get the stat. Like I might have to do Maxx Crosby just for my pleasure this week, and for everybody's pleasure, I should say, because that was a monster game.
Dominant.
I love that.
Dominance, man. Yeah, I mean, he's a dominant player, bro. I mean, it's really that's what it is at this point, dude. All right, man. All right, let's get out of here. Like I said, just hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button. Leave some comments. So we appreciate all you guys coming in here and supporting the show. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. We're almost at 10,000. So show with your friends, share your friends, get us to 10K. We're about 300 away. So we're really close there, guys. So just help us out. Share the channel. Get us up to 10,000. All right, guys. All right, we're out of here. Peace.